boys and girls, this is Just Paul of Wrecked Radio, bringing you all the great news in rock world. Specifically, focusing on a couple of my favorite bands that are very busy right now, including Panic! At the Disco, who have a full album stream. Yes, you can now hear the entirety of Too Weird to Live, Too Young to Die on YouTube. I haven't even gotten the chance to hear the most of it. I have caught clips, and I've heard quite a few electronic sounds in there, a lot of electronic music, as well as some ballad-driven stuff. So you will get a full review in like a couple days. And while we're speaking of Panic! At the Disco, a band that's so dear to my heart, you can also catch Panic! At the Disco on, I just love saying that, Panic! At the Disco, on October 10th, that is Thursday. They will be on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and there was a total sellout of all their tickets. So you either got one or you didn't. It literally was within hours that I clicked on it and they were gone. But there will be a mini concert. I'm understanding it's filmed, maybe. It should be. And you can watch it, as I will too. And the next band I would love to talk about is Fall Out Boy, because they just released a new song called Love, Sex, and Death. And it happens to be their collab with Ryan Adams. It is accompanying a vid full of live tour footage, which I love so much. I don't, it's really uncreative. But this song is pretty cool, because you know why? It is a completely different sound of Fall Out Boy that we've never heard before. It's gnarly, classic, kind of politico fast punk. Classic punk. And it really shows us what the band can do as far as stretch their sound and their style. And I'm very impressed. While we're speaking of Fall Out Boy, they have announced that they will be re-releasing a deluxe edition of Save Rock and Roll. It's going to include a little collection called PAX AM Days. There are 8 new tracks, including, as I understand, Love, Sex, and Death. And that will be coming out October 15th. Little soon for a reissue, but I'm not complaining. And finally, in cool album news, we now are getting a cover album of what legendary band? What influential rock band in rock history? Probably a band that everybody's listened to at least once in their life on repeat. The Beatles. It's the Beatles. The new album called Beatles Reimagined, which has a very attractive album cover, as I believe, is going to be released on the 50th anniversary of, I think, the Ed Sullivan appearance, the first one, the famous one. And, 50 years. I had to do the math in my head. It's been 50 years. I've only been around for like 20 of them. But it's in response to that. It's also in response to possibly a lost generation who watched the Grammys a couple years ago. This year. And watched Paul McCartney's big finale and did not know who he was, as they exclaimed on Twitter. And it's sad. And it's scary, actually. So, if you are not sick of hearing the Beatles for 2 weeks from Glee, I'm not. You can also check out the likes of Edward Sharpe, who will be covering I Saw Her Standing There. The album includes Edward Sharpe and, not gonna lie, no one else that I've ever heard of, including Leftover Cuties, the Well Pennies, might have heard their name once, and Adventure Gallery. Seriously, I'm sorry. I know it's supposed to be Miss Radio, but I don't know who those bands are or what they sound like. But I guess this album would be great for them because you'll, learn who they are by listening to Beatles songs and learn to like them or not. But if you want to know what Beatles songs were included, they are very specifically early Beatles, as the Beatles span a range of about 10 years and have they went through so many different style changes and concept changes, and these were the Ed Sullivan Beatles. And the songs include All My Lovin', She Loves You, and I Love Her. The album profits will go to music and youth charities. And of course, I've got a new artist of the week like I always do for you guys. These guys are super cool. All my bands are cool, but these guys are right up there with them. They are called Feral Conservatives, and they would like to sample you guys an amazing new song. Thanks, Feral Conservatives. Here you go.
Hey, Rect Radio. I'm Matt.
And I'm Rashi.
We're Feral Conservatives.
From Virginia Beach, Virginia.
You can find us on the web at feralconservatives.com. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/feralconservatives. Rashi sings.
And he plays drums.
Check us out. We just want to thank Jess and RectRadio.net for letting us be on the show.
Check out our music video, Can't Do This.
I can't do this anymore. Told you to fuck up, fucked out the door. I can't do this anymore. Told you to fuck up, fucked out the door.
And the thing I like is
One thing you
Pirates? I don't really know, I don't really care about sports, but it's something very exciting happening in my city, so I'm like, yay, I guess. There's a duck on our river. That's happening. That's pretty cool. It's a giant rubber duck. It's a piece of art that floats up and down our river. It's being tugged up and down our river. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cute. I never saw it in person. Seen tons of pictures on Facebook. And I kind of saw it in a distance on the way home from work. Ack. It's pretty cute. Okay. Peace. Well, walk.